Water flowing from the mountaintop. This is the sound of DBS.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: Dominica gets a good rating for its efforts in fighting financial crimes. A U.S. judge grants access to Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister's financial records. Pope Francis's body is lying in state at the Vatican. And the NCCU National Premier Cricket League bowls off this weekend. Details of the morning news right after this.
Not only does it make your white the cleanest and brightest, the benefits of using Clean and White bleach are endless. The sterilizing property of Clean and White bleach is beneficial for several household purposes. Clean and White bleach has the ability to remove mold and mildew from hard surfaces, serve as a disinfectant for household items like your kitchen and bathroom area, and even your baby's toys. Clean and White bleach is available in various sizes at Fine Food. Call 617-6342 or order on Click and Collect your Clean and White bleach today. Clean and White bleach available at Fine Foods and sold island-wide.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. The news this morning is brought to listeners through the kind compliments of Fine Foods Inc., HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited, and Petro Caribe. My name is Curtis Matthew. Here we go with our lead story. Dominica has been ranked 17th among 177 countries as one of the leading nations in the world for combating financial crimes. More in this report from Hassan Robinson.
Dominica is one of 3 Caribbean countries ranked amongst the leading nations in the world for combating financial crime. The other 2 countries are St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which is ranked 14th, and Barbados at 19th out of 177 countries on the inaugural 2025 Secretariat Economic Crime Index published earlier this month. Finland tops the index. Dominica, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Barbados are in the Transparent Titans top tier of the SCCI as stated in the Global Financial and Economic Crime Outlook 2025 report from the Secretariat. This classification reflects their levels of transparency, the effectiveness of their anti-crime frameworks, and their overall exposure to economic crime. The second tier, named Vigilant Players, includes countries such as St. Lucia, ranked 30th, Grenada, 34th, the Bahamas, 39th, Trinidad and Tobago, 55th, Cuba, 70th, and Jamaica, 73rd. The Secretariat noted that these countries actively implement and evolve measures to address financial crimes and improve regulatory frameworks, thereby strengthening their systems against emergency risks. Meanwhile, Guyana, ranked 93rd, is categorized as reactive reformer, which includes countries exhibiting weak anti-crime frameworks, significant regulatory gaps, and a higher prevalence of high-risk activities. These nations face challenges in effectively combating financial crimes due to insufficient regulatory measures.
And our thanks to Hassan Robinson for that report. Other news this morning: regional and international experts in finance, insurance, regulation, and governance will meet in Dominica for the next 2 days. The annual Regional Compliance Summit comes to Dominica for the first time. The 2-day summit will get underway at the State House Conference Center at 9 o'clock this morning. The summit this year will be held under the theme Shaping the Future of Compliance in the Region.
This year's annual Regional Compliance Summit is about more than just presentations and panel discussions. It's about action. And we're proud to say that our main objective is to deepen regional collaboration on compliance, governance, and financial integrity. Here, we are bringing together regulators, financial institutions, international experts, frontline practitioners to strengthen our collective capacity in combating financing crime, fostering transparency, and building resilient institutions. Through this summit, we hope to shape practical solutions, encourage innovation, and promote a compliance culture that truly works for us, not only in Dominica, but in the wider Caribbean. The goal is very clear: to not only meet international standards, but to lead the way in the region by setting regional best practices.
And that's the chair of the 2025 Annual Regional Compliance Summit, Phoenix Belfield. Well, that summit opens in Dominica this morning at 9 o'clock at the State House Conference Center. A number of regional and international experts in finance, insurance, regulation, and governance will meet in Dominica for the 2-day summit. Other news this morning: the Pro-Vice Chancellor and Principal of the UWI Global Campus, Dr. Francis Severin, has told Dominican educators that they need to pay attention to the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Dr. Severin's comments came at the 23rd Annual General Meeting of the Dominica Association of Teachers at Goodwill Parish Hall on Wednesday. He says teachers are key to the success of the Sustainable Development Goals.
Goal 1 aims to end poverty in all its forms, everywhere. This, my dear teachers, represents your raison d'etre, the very essence of your profession as teachers. Everything you do is ultimately geared towards lifting our people out of that dreaded state. Poverty is the fundamental root of desperation, which causes societal ills such as crime and delinquency. Goal 2 aims to end hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture by 2030. Goal 3 aims to ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. Goal 4 aims to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. This SDG is directly related to you as teachers and demonstrates the interconnectedness of all 17 goals. Goal 5 aims to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. Gender equality is a basic human right which is daily violated with impunity.
Dr. Severin says access to affordable energy for all should also be a responsibility of the Dominican educator.
Sustainable energy is a crucial enabler and significantly improves the quality, accessibility, and reliability of services that children rely on for their survival, development, and well-being. This is your business as teachers. You must reject anyone who says to you that advocating for their or for better conditions for our young citizens, your students, is politically driven. Tell them you're minding your legitimate business as teachers. Goal 8 aims to promote inclusive and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. Here is another SDG that, with your improved self-efficacy and teamwork, you can contribute to in ways that are imponderable and priceless. Goal 10 aims to reduce inequality within and among countries. Your role as educators is to fully grasp the power in your hands to reduce inequalities, whether based on age, gender, ethnic or racial group, disability status, sexual orientation. Goal 13 aims to combat climate change and its impacts by taking urgent action.
And that's the Pro-Vice Chancellor and Principal of the UWIC Global Campus, Dr. Francis Severin. He was the guest speaker at the Dominica Association of Teachers Annual General Meeting, which took place yesterday at Goodwill Parish Hall. The Dominica Association of Teachers, DAT, has recognized retired principal of Roseau Primary, Sarah Abraham, for her 34 years of service. She was among 4 long-serving educators recognized at the association's 23rd Annual General Meeting.
Miss Sarah Abraham, fondly called Miss Abraham, is an experienced educator with a remarkable career spanning 34 years in the field of teaching. Throughout this extensive period, she has imparted knowledge across various educational levels, including kindergarten, primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions. Ms. Abraham holds a Bachelor of Education degree with honors from the University of the West Indies, showcasing her commitment to academic excellence. Furthering her expertise in educational leadership, she obtained a master's degree in supervision and leadership with distinction from the University of the West Indies. Ms. Abraham is a member of both Dominica Reading Association and Waitukubuli Writers Association. With a wealth of experience and a strong academic foundation, Ms. Abraham continues to be an influential figure in education, committed to nurturing the minds of future generations through innovative teaching practices and curriculum development. Ms. Abraham retired as principal of the Roseau Primary School.
And that's the Public Relations Officer of the Dominica Association of Teachers, Juanita Carbon. Other retired teachers recognized yesterday were Violin Patricia Christopher, a pioneer in early childhood education, who opened the first preschool in Bells in 1986, Clifton Michael Roy, and Nazarene William Teat of Granby for 37 years service. She's currently a doctoral candidate at New Mexico State University. And the Public Relations Officer of the Dominica Solid Waste Management Corporation, Rhoda St. John, says waste management in Dominica will return to normalcy over the next few days. A lack of trucks has badly affected collection in the various communities in Dominica. St. John says the corporation is to receive assistance from various stakeholders.
We've had challenges with trucks, but we've gotten external assistance. We have the assistance from the government entities, and now we are doing a better pickup collection in terms of the community seeing their garbage is being picked up, and we're almost back to regular scheduling where the truck will go back to the schedule to pick up garbage in the various communities as we've said before, and as we have the schedule put together, they will go back to proper scheduling. We're getting support from the government entities such as local government, public works, ODM, and we're also getting private haulers who are assisting us in collecting of the garbage, especially in the Portsmouth area. It will be regularized and you'll see a better form of garbage collection and pickup.
And that's the Public Relations Officer of the Dominica Solid Waste Management Corporation, Rhoda St. John. A federal judge in the United States has ruled that the financial records of Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Brown and several other people, including his wife, must be produced, but with strict confidentiality conditions attached, as the legal battle continues regarding the sale of the luxury mega yacht Alpha Nero. Earlier this month, a U.S. court granted a motion temporarily stopping a subpoena to probe into the finances of Prime Minister Brown, his wife Mary Brown, his son, and several officials involved in the sale of the mega yacht. But a U.S. district judge on Tuesday issued a memo endorsement lifting the stay on subpoena for the financial documents of individuals connected to the case and ordered that the materials be disclosed under a protective order limiting access to attorneys only, meaning that only legal counsel may view the information unless otherwise ordered. The case was brought by Yulia Motoglov, a businesswoman seeking evidence for use in the foreign legal proceedings tied to the seizure and sale of the yacht. Finally, this morning, Pope Francis's body is lying in state in St. Peter's Basilica at the Vatican. Crowds of mourners queue to see the coffin. The basilica, which was supposed to close at midnight, remained open all night so that a large crowd gathered on the square had a chance to pay their last respects. Pope Francis, who died on Easter Monday from a stroke and heart-related problems, will be buried on Saturday. It is 16 minutes after 7 o'clock. That's a look at the DBS Morning News. Don't go away. The sports report comes up shortly.
Give babies the comfort they need with paddless diapers. A diaper with a powerful storage core that locks the wetness away and keep your baby dry. Soothe your baby's skin with a breathable cotton-like cover because paddless diapers has a wetness indicator. Your precious baby deserves a diaper like Paddlers, which has an easy fit due to flexible side panels with stretch that ensures increased comfort and freedom to move, to crawl, to walk, to run and play. Paddlers, distributed by Fine Foods and sold island-wide.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Exciting news from NBD. We are relocating to a bigger, better, and more modern space. On April 22nd, we will be welcoming you to our Old Street branch, designed with your comfort and convenience in mind. More space for a seamless banking experience, modern facilities, and enhanced services. Now in a brand new space. Please note that our last day of operations at our Bayfront branch will be April 17th, 2025. For more details, contact us at 255-2300 and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. NBD, your partner, your bank.
Let's begin the DBS Morning Sports Report with cricket news. The 2025 NCCU Premier Cricket League bowls off this weekend with matches at Geneva Playing Field in Granby, Windsor Park and Benjamin's Park. Here now is the Public Relations Officer of the Dominica Cricket Association, Kimara Ito.
The Dominica Cricket Association is pleased to announce the official start of the 2025 National Cooperative Credit Union sponsored Premier League tournament, set to bowl off this weekend beginning Saturday, April 26. This year's tournament will continue in the traditional two-day red ball format and promises an exciting weekend of competitive cricket featuring 3 high-energy matchups. Convenience Plus Heaters versus Kalinago Blasters at Benjamin's Park in Portsmouth, Grand Bay Colts versus Tremors at the Geneva Playing Field in Grand Bay, and KFC Summit Sports Club versus Nachiko Northern Star Sports Club at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium in Roseau. Day 1 of matches will begin at 1 p.m., while Day 2 will resume at 9:30 a.m. The Dominica Cricket Association encourages all fans and supporters of the game to come out and show their support for the teams and local talent. Your presence and energy are a vital part of what makes cricket in Dominica special. Let's play our part in keeping the spirit of cricket alive. See you at the grounds.
Thank you very much, Kimara Ito, the Public Relations Officer of the Dominica Cricket Association. So cricket action returns to Dominica this weekend as the 2025 NCCU Premier Cricket League gets underway. Now, let's turn the attention to football. Barbados will play 2 friendly international matches in Dominica on May 8th and 11th. President of the Dominica Football Association, Glenn Etienne, says the matches are set for the DFA Technical Center at Stock Farm and Windsor Park Stadium.
So we are playing Barbados on the 8th and 11th of May in Dominica. And the 8th is a Thursday, which that game will be staged at the Technical Center in Stock Farm. And the 11th, which is a Sunday game, I think that's Mother's Day, so we're expecting all the mothers to be out. The 11th of May, which is a Sunday game, will be played at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. It's a friendly, but it's a friendly international, so it can help our ranking.
Are you ready at Stock Farm to stage that friendly international?
Well, the playing surface is on top notch. The only thing that is not the way where we have it, but we'll do the best we can to make it friendly for the players, is the technical center, which is not covered, the dressing room. But we will get it to a point where at least both teams will be comfortable and will be happy to be at Stock Farm. We also have to remember that at the Windsor Park, we have no lights now, so there's no way we could have played that game in the Windsor Park on the Thursday afternoon. So, but we have the lights at the Stock Farm where we can play the games at the Stock Farm. And then in June, we have this World Cup qualifiers, which we have a game in Dominica, which is the British Virgin Islands, and then we have a game in Dominican Republic in June. So that's a World Cup qualifying game in June. But we have the women's supposed to be training coming soon, because they will play the Nation Cup in later down the year, somewhere in September or so. We have the CFU, Caribbean Football Union Challenge Series, which is women, the under-14 girls. We participating in this. We always participate in the CONCACAF under-15 boys, we do this. And remember now this time around, that every year there's the under-17 men's World Cup qualifier. So we'll participate in this. We have always participated in most of the competitions.
And that's the president of the Dominica Football Association, Glenn Etienne. He says plans to upgrade the technical center at Stock Farm are progressing.
The project have started already. When I mean the project have started already, you've not seen it on ground because the first part of the project is the first zero project, which has been approved by FIFA already, which has to do with the designing and you know the works like this. So we're hoping that where we are now is with the consultant, which to develop the architectural part of the project, where we're talking about the covering, the extension of the stands, other works like a media center, you know, something with the anesthetic, and all these developments are in the works. Hopefully that should start this year. As at present, we have just 2 dressing rooms. We're going to extend it to our 4 dressing rooms so we can have double headers where the teams can be comfortable. It's going to be covered, the roof, because people are complaining about the rain and the sun, which they're within their rights. We're going to have a media center. We're going to have a VIP section. We're going to have a section for disabled persons, additional washroom facilities, parking. It's a complete works that we are designing now.
And that's the president of the Dominica Football Association, Glenn Etienne. Some volleyball news now. Defending women's champions in the KFC National Volleyball League, the Acers kept their winning ways with a straight sets win over R&D as the National League continued last night. The Acers women won easily with a score of 25-6, 25-17, 25-21. In basketball, the real-time ballers opened up their campaign in the DABA Elias Dupuy Knockout Cup with a convincing win over the Tigers as that tournament got underway last night at the Massac Indoor Facility. Tony Lee scored 15 against his former team as the real-time ballers won 66-44. Shama Philip got 14, Delton Eugene 10 for the real-time ballers. Ian Brumant had 19 and Phil Sentinel had 9 for the Tigers. The league continues tonight with another doubleheader at the Massac Indoor Facility. Let's bring you some other sports this morning. Chairman of the Caribbean Community, CARICOM, and Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Mottley says the athletes who competed at the 2025 Carifta Games in Trinidad are beacons of hope for the region. The Carifta Games, which were held in Trinidad, saw a number of athletes from across the region competing in various track and field events. Motley commended the Barbados team for their representation at the Games.
Every so often, a moment comes along that lifts the spirit of a nation. Over this past weekend, that moment was gifted to us by our young athletes at the 2025 Carifta Games in Trinidad and Tobago. From the lanes in the pool to the lanes on the track, they gave us more than medals. They gave us hope. They reminded us of who we are and what we can do when we dig deep, work hard, and support one another. These boys and girls punched above their weight. When their backs were against the wall, they did not buckle. They rose. Barbados got the 4th largest amount of medals overall in track and field, a remarkable feat, and indeed our best showing in nearly a decade. In the pool, our swimmers made waves of their own, delivering podium finishes that left no doubt about our talent and our potential. I don't want to leave anyone out. Every single athlete who represented our flag did so with pride, and we're proud of all of you. However, it would be remiss of me not to call the names of some who truly lit up the stadiums. Jaden Green's blistering run in the 200-meter secured gold and etched his name in the history books. Tion Haynes medaled in the long jump with composure and class. Kaija Eastman and Heidi Stout turned the water into their stage, swimming their hearts out and collecting medals in the process. And our 4x100-meter relay team showed us the power of teamwork and trust. These athletes, my friends, are blessings and ambassadors of our great nation.
And that's the chairman of CARICOM and Barbados' Prime Minister, Mia Motley. Some football news: Central Cooperative Credit Union Dubla FC and Promex Harlem United will get the ball rolling as action continues this week in the Premier League of the DFA. Here now is the Public Relations Officer of the DFA, Abby Lawrence.
On Friday, Central Cooperative Credit Union Dubla FC will come up against Promex Harlem at 6:30 p.m. at the Benjamin's Park, while Saturday, Belfast Estate now Soccer Strikers will do battle with Ready Cash Cuts 767 East Central at 4:30 p.m. at the Stockfarm Technical Centre. That very Saturday, Southeast will come up against Port Michel, again at the Stockfarm Technical Centre at 7 p.m. On Sunday, Roosevelt Scarlet Portsmouth Bombers will do battle with DSFC at the Benjamin's Park, while Middleham will come up against We United at 5 p.m. at the Stockfarm Technical Centre. For the Premier games, all games are to start at 4:30 p.m. That's on Saturday, and on the doubleheaders, 4:30 and 7 respectively.
And that's the Public Relations Officer of the DFA, Abby Lawrence. There will also be action in the First Division League.
In other football news, we are pleased to announce our First Division League. On Thursday, All Saints will come up against Police FC at the Dominica Football Association Technical Centre at 6:30 p.m., while BAA Sharks FC will do battle against St. Joseph FC at the Benjamin's Park at 6:30 p.m. This game is on Thursday. That's the opening of our First Division games. Mighty Avengers will do battle with Bath Estate at 6:30 p.m. on Friday, while South City FC will come up against Derby Boys on Saturday at the Geneva playing field. Valley United FC will do battle against Tarish United FC at the Almond Park. Exodus will come up against One at the Almond Park. Kensborough will come up against Nature Island Skip at 4 p.m. at the Stockfarm Technical Centre on Sunday, while Ellie Stars will face up Kalinago Warriors at the Lap playing field on Sunday at 5 p.m.
Abby Lawrence, the Public Relations Officer of the DFA, announcing the start of the First Division League of the Dominica Football Association, the league opening today. That's the First Division League opening today. That too is a look at the DBS Morning News and Sports. Let's remind you, 9:30 this morning, you don't want to miss a program, Let's Talk Social Security. That program you don't want to miss, 9:30 this morning. The 1 hour program will explore survivors' benefit, pension, grant, qualifying conditions, benefit conditions, making a claim, funeral grant, and more. Call with your questions, comments, suggestions, and concerns. Participate in the discussion and be educated on the social security system. 9:30 this morning, Hazari tells me he will be tuned. Gerard George and Khalil John Baptist, they've also said this morning they will be tuned to the program Talking Social Security on DBS 9:30 this morning. That too is a look at the DBS Morning News and Sports. You don't want to leave DBS throughout the day today. We have a news update at 11 and great programming throughout the day. Curtis Matthew wishing you a very good day today.
Exciting news from NBD. We are relocating to a bigger, better, and more modern space. On April 22nd, we will be welcoming you to our Old Street branch, designed with your comfort and convenience in mind. More space for a seamless banking experience, modern facilities, and enhanced services. Now in a brand new space. Please note that our last day of operations at our Bayfront branch will be April 17th, 2025. For more details, contact us at 255-2300 and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. NBD, your partner, your bank.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their